Hi everyone, this is Kay from the Collective Soul Tarot channel. I just hate to stop it when it gets going. Hey guys, thank you for showing up today to watch another collective reading, a general reading for our collective. And welcome to new subscribers. Thank you for subscribing and joining our little tiny team here that we have on this channel. And thank you to subscribers for your loyalty. I sure appreciate it. And to viewers who have not subscribed yet, I only ask that you consider subscribing. Okay, so let's go ahead. It's Wednesday, which is considered hump day of the week. Just getting over it and on our way to Christmas, right? So I hope you had a great Tuesday and you're having a really lovely and great Wednesday. So Archangel Michael, thank you for being here with me today and sharing your light and protection with your angelic wings wrapped around me. Thank you. Archangel Michael and my Holy Spirit, will you please guide and assist me today in correctly interpreting the energies in the cards and to help me see clearly? Thank you so much. Archangel Michael and my Holy Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective today in this general read for Wednesday, the December 20th, so close to Christmas, 2023? What do we have? What are we going to talk about today? I'm always excited to see what Archangel Michael thinks we need to know. Okay, here we go. What is past energy? Imprisonment. Feeling stuck, feeling like your hands are tied, nothing you can do, delays and whatnot. Present day, official, something is official or a lot. And privileged lady. There's a privileged lady. Some lady who's well off or is going to become a privileged lady. Okay, Archangel Michael and my Holy Spirit, let's talk about clarification so we can better understand the messages of the past, present, and near future. Past imprisonment, please, Archangel Michael. We have magnifying glass. That is like research, looking more closely at something, assessing. I'll look in the book, and this is loss. The mice cards is loss, and it's usually a gradual loss because that's what mice do. They gradually chew through things to destroy it. Not that they think they're destroying it, but you know what I mean? Like it's just a long-term type of destruction. Something that's been around for a while, that's been kind of been undermined, like a relationship has been quietly being destroyed. Lost. Yeah. Because this is loss. Mice is all about losing something. Yeah, looking at these things more clearly, more closely. I'm just going to look at that card, 44. 44 is the angel's number 2, by the way. Magnifying glass, I'm the card that suggests you take a closer look, or 2. If you didn't see it the first time, you're going to see it the next time, basically. You'll have more focus and perspective. That is new. This card suggests you need to take a closer look at a current issue. Now is the time to focus, scrutinize, and analyze. You might be overlooking something that isn't apparent or even visible. Like this loss, right? It's not going to be apparent. These mice are going to be in your walls for a while, or your attic for a while, chewing on your wires. Yeah, before you'll notice that finally one chews far enough that your lights go out. Let's see, use the magnifying glass to help you investigate and uncover more information that could lead you to greater clarity. Okay, in a reading, the card to the left is what it seems like before taking a closer look. Okay, so it looks like this is the card to the left of this one. So it seems like that it is something else, but it isn't. So in other words, you feel like you're stuck. You feel like you're imprisoned. You feel like your hands are tied. You feel like there's delays. Look, there's even a mouse right there telling you secretively that I'd like to chew on the bars for you. Yeah, just let me chew on the bars for you, because, you know, us together, working hard together, we'll get you out of here. The card to the right suggests what will be brought to light after a closer look. The loss, right? So, all is not what it seems at first. That's the warning. It suggests a preoccupation. You may be focused on something too much. Your obsessive thinking might be what's obscuring your clarity. Well, I imagine what I'm getting from that is that you've been feeling stuck in a relationship or a situation, circumstances, whatever. And upon a closer look, you've been able to find out something that helps you see with more clarity that it's nothing to really feel imprisoned by, because it's been going on for a while. So in other words, you feeling stuck in a situation or a relationship where you want to kind of have things go a different way for you, perhaps still within the relationship, or for you to change, like to move on. You've been wanting to do that, but been feeling stuck about it in the past. You realize when you have a closer look at your situation that not is all lost, for example, but the fact is that, because not is all lost, you can leave. And by finding out that there's been something going on for a long time, it's going to make you feel like, hell yeah, I should have been out of here a long time ago. You understand what I'm saying? So, for example, if your spouse or long-term partner in the relationship, whether it's female or male, I don't know just yet, but they've been doing something behind your back, in the walls and in the attic of your life, that you weren't necessarily privy to. So it was probably purposely kept hidden from you for their reasons, their undermining and deceptive reasons, manipulation and all that sort of stuff, right? You just didn't know about it, but now you're finding out. You're taking a closer look at what you've been learning about, that's been making you feel stuck. It's not something to like say, okay, well, this is the first time. You know, that would be the situation with just these two cards. Is that if this was the first time, then you're gonna. It's like you're starting a process of feeling stuck, wanting to move on, wanting to leave it behind, or wanting to make things, like to fix it and make things better between the two of you. That would be like the first time. Okay, that's where you're going to feel kind of stuck, and you're not sure if you're going to be able to fix things. But because you want to try, because this is the first time you're finding out about this. In comes this card that talks about how it's been going on for a long time. This is a long time coming loss. That's when you're saying, okay, I don't need to feel like this anymore. So it's just like this card here, when it's to the left, when this card is to the left, or whatever card's to the left of this one, as it said in the book, it's not as, it's not as it seems. It's not as bad as it seems, or something like that. You know me, I forget. But this is the angel number 44. So it's like help coming to you. It says the left, what it seems like before taking a closer look. Yeah, that could lead you to greater clarity. In a reading, the card to the left is what it seems like before taking a closer look. So after taking a closer look at seeing that this is long term, that's been going on for a long time, you don't feel so stuck anymore. You don't feel so imprisoned. And that's the explanation. Yes, and that's the truth. That's the truth of that. Official person, please. Presente. So that was the past. So you're not feeling nearly as stuck, if at all, anymore. You're officially doing something. What are you doing? What is the official about, please? It could be an authoritative person that you're interacting with, like a police officer or military or something like that. But it could also mean that just something's official. Something has become official. Aha! Official cutting something away that's in excess. Oh, the mature woman. That's the Empress in the Kipper deck. So, it's official. It's official that you're cutting something away to officially move towards a mature woman, or you're cutting the mature woman out of your life, which to me would make no sense. Okay, that's the Empress. She's wise. She may be telling you, you may be going to her for advice, like wisdom, of what to do about this situation over here. And she may be telling you, making it official to you, because she's wise after all, that you need to just clean up your garden, you know? Cut away all that does not serve you, because what's beneath it is what's really the gem, which is really the diamond. Which of course, when it comes to wisdom would speak that the everything else that's no longer serving you is the fears and those beliefs, those negative beliefs and patterns of thinking that are covering in layers over the heart of the onion. Okay, if you remember me talking about this before, there's the center of the onion that's shining brightly within its little space, because it doesn't have the room to expand. The light cannot come out and expand and really touch your life in beautiful, because that light is the divine. It's beautiful. It's unconditional love. So all the fears and negative belief patterns that you have developed and were conditioned by through life, from childhood all the way up to where you are now, those are layers that are hiding your light. They're suppressing your light. They're layers and layers and layers of mud, or those peelings of the onion, right, around the center. When you take the layers of onion off, you get to the center. So when you remove the layers of really dense and dark, because this is in your subconscious mind after all, in the dark, the depth of who we are, they're there, depth of our mind. Now the mind is not who we are. It's the center that's in that, like, it appears to be in the mind, but it's not. It really is fully outside of the mind. But the fact of the matter is that all the fears that you have going on is thoughts and feelings, which is mind action triggering emotions. So thoughts are energy. So all these layers, really dark and dense layers that are covering up the soul, the beautiful bright light within it, need to be removed. That's the excess, okay? And in this, with this card, the explanation is that green, the really lush green grass. It looks like it should be there, and it does actually. It grows there. I mean, it grows there well, because there's a whole lot of nutrients in the soil for it to take from, and that nutrient is the lies, is the negative beliefs that the grass itself relies on in order for it to be the overtaker of life, to become the one that steals from something else. And the grass is going to steal the opportunity of the wheat that is the nutrients that human beings need to consume, at least, you know, whatever it offers, right? But those little seedlings of wheat are below the grass. The grass needs to be cut away. which is the excess, which is the layers of fears and beliefs that you've held on to for a long time since you were a child, to protect yourself, right? To protect your heart, yes, but your physical self when you were a child. You weren't too concerned about your heart as a child, but you were concerned about your physical well-being. And if that meant your emotional feelings of being either happy, mad, or sad, because those are really only 3 emotions that a child has, then that's what you're protecting. You want to be happy. And so you develop some coping mechanisms or defense mechanisms that help you protect yourself. And you are very much, you could be very much operating from those right now. Well, at least back then. Before you met this one, even since childhood, every relationship that you've been in, whether it's a co-worker, it's a friend, it's a frenemy, it's an associate, it's just somebody that you hardly barely know, or a relationship of intimate relationship kind, even with your kids, you're operating from whatever it is you learned up to that point. And if it's largely the belief that you need to protect yourself still, so I'm only going to give so much of myself away to somebody, I'm only going to be so vulnerable, like just a teensy weensy vulnerable, they got to show me they're like this vulnerable before I'll show them I'm like this vulnerable, because I will leave before they leave me, because that's the coping mechanism. Because otherwise, if you wait till someone leaves you, then you're going to feel like a SHIT, you're just going to feel worse than that even. You're going to feel unworthy of being loved because somebody rejected you, they left you. So this is what you need to cut away, is these fears and negative beliefs, so that the core of you, which is beautiful, unconditional, loving light that just makes your whole life a total different, excuse me, reality, let's say. It's a total different reality when you allow that part of you to come out and expand itself in your world. So it could be that this one here has told you, or is telling you right now, it's time for you, or at least offering you the suggestion that you need to cut away some of that negativity, that the grass that's robbing the life from being able for these wheat seedlings to grow up strong and mature so they can be harvested and then consumed. And you're making whatever it is you're learning from this person here. You're learning from this person official. You're officially putting it into, you're taking the information you're getting from that person and saying, okay, this makes a lot of sense to me. It really does. Now, because you're able to really hear it and really see it and value it, because you've gone through some really harsh times over here, which helped you grow. It helped raise you from just being so sucked onto the planet, the 3D dimension, third dimensional Royale. Two-dimensional mention. Okay, so yeah, instead of really being, hearing your heart through this, because you were feeling so much pain from what was going on over here, that your heart was crying out to you, and it was in so much pain that you had to do something to stop feeling that ache so badly in your chest. You had to do something. And if nobody in your world, in your immediate world, could help you, someone you could trust, like this one here, then you went within. You started praying. Maybe you start becoming more and more familiar with the light within you, the God within you, because of this situation, which elevated you now the elevation is the emotional balance, okay? The emotional connection that you make with God. Yourself, your inner wounded child, yourself, you make a more emotional, like an awareness. There's an awareness of doing this. You're intentionally making a more heartfelt connection with yourself, which is God. So you will feel God resonating in you through your heart when you make that connection with Him. you will start feeling like a love for yourself, which is, at first you might just see it as love for God, and we often think that God is outside of us somewhere, you know, way up in the heavens and whatnot. Hell no, God is right here within your heart and always has been. You wouldn't be alive without the God in you. That's your soul. And your heart, your physical heart. Your heart and your brain. If you didn't have those two things, you wouldn't exist. So, God is something that you're maybe tuning into more frequently now, because you had so much heartbreak that you just like, I can't deal with it. I can't go to work when I'm feeling like this. I can't enjoy myself on the weekend with my kids if I'm like this. I just don't feel good enough to even just go out when I feel like this. It's this sense of depression, right? And anxiety. So you turn within, or you turn to somebody. You turn to somebody who might be a great model for you, you know? Somebody who's been modeling for you without saying a word. Maybe they've been modeling for you. You just kind of been watching them, seeing how they operate. And I remember yesterday, I think it was in the Pisces zodiac reading, where I started talking about that movie, and it wasn't until after it's like, why did I start telling them about the movie? Okay, I'm going to say it first now because I will forget it again, but it's because when you are in that kind of mature type of energy where you just are calm, you know, you don't get excited about something that's going wrong. You don't all react and go, oh my God, start swearing, or just start running around like a chicken with your head cut off. We've got to take care of this because, you know, that is going to happen if I don't do this. And, you know, all this worry, right? All this consuming worry. Well, the guy in the, well, I'm just going to finish this thought first before we go to that. This person here must be like that for you, because she or he, it'd be she, is a calming presence for you. Somebody you want to know, but if you can't know them, you want to at least be in their, you know, be in their presence, or at least keep an eye on them. Just see what they're doing, what they're up to. Maybe they're online too. Who knows? Maybe you could watch them quite frequently online. And it makes you feel good whenever you watch this person, if you're not actually interacting, communicating and whatnot. But the guy in the movie, it's called The Secret. You know, the secret is that we're magnets in this universe where like attracts like, right? So the secret is to take advantage of that, to elevate your thoughts so that you start attracting the things. If you don't like what you're seeing right now, change your mind about it so that you have different feelings. That then those feelings, those heartfelt feelings about having a passionate desire for something or someone, but they have free will, of course, you have to keep that in mind. But if it's for something, if you got a higher resonance, you're going to likely attract it a lot sooner than if you were trying to attract something like big, let's say like $1 million, which is big energy, when you're still low energy. You know, lower energy, you're going to be like two boats that pass in the night, right? Because you're just not going to connect. You're not going to make that connection, different levels of energy. And this guy here, that's the secret. So it said dare to dream. The guy that shows up who had like an envelope with a contract or some kind of document in it that told this woman who had lost her husband, who had become his invention partner, but the family didn't know about it yet because they just newly got together. Her and her deceased husband and this guy newly got together and decided to work together, add both of their ideas, their invention ideas into one. Well, he ended up dying on a plane accident crash. That the guy that shows up with the envelope, he survived it. He was the only surviving person on the flight, but her husband died. They didn't know the family, she and her family didn't know anything about this guy. And so it caused quite a conundrum afterwards when they were making assumptions about conclusive assumptions about what this guy was doing there in their life after he'd already helped them fix their vehicle, helped them fix their roof after a storm, helped them, you know, talking like very, very calmly and with wisdom to the kids who seemed to just really, her kids just really seemed to really resonate with him. And they started seeing that their mother was eventually resonating with them, even though she was eventually going to be engaged to another guy that the kids even saw she didn't really love. But because this guy came in and behaved in a way that was very admirable, he wasn't coming off as though he was trying to get her to like him, right? To fall in love with him and to choose him over. He wasn't like that. He was just calm. He was just doing what he was feeling called to do at the time. And he just, the way he walked, his mannerisms, everything. I remember saying to myself, that's who I want to be with. That's the kind of person I want in my life. Whether it's a friend, a romance, whatever, that's the kind of person I want to have in my life. Because, first of all, I feel like I'm like that, but to have another person that's resonating at that resonance, right? That frequency where they're calm and they don't get excited about stuff, but they're very compassionate, kind, and caring, and they want to help. They want to help people, even if they have no attraction to them whatsoever. They just want to be of service to somebody. And it turns out that this document that finally the clarity came out about what this document was, because it got lost in the storm that broke the lady's roof, put a big hole in it. It got lost in the storm and ended up in the drink that was by their house, but they didn't find it until towards the end. But the envelope showed that he was trying to find just the right time to make his purpose for being at her house, making it clear to her, and it was never the right time because always something was going on, and so she finally found the envelope and read his note that he had on it, and then looked at the document, which she's already seen a copy of the document because he finally did get another one and gave it to her, but without the explanation because she was mad at him. Whew. So anyways, she's seen the document and realized there was a check attached for over $100,000. And she ran into the house. She's like, well, I was looking at this. Ran into the house, flipped over her notepad showing all the different expenses that she had to pay that she's kind of behind on. And it was like $104,000, and this check was for like $108,000, something like that. It was just perfectly what she needed, right? It all ended off really bad. And then she would get more checks as time went by because the invention was sold. It was sold, or it was producing some kind of reoccurring payment, dividend or whatever it is. I don't know. But that's the thing, is that this person here is somebody that has been having that effect on you that I have just told you about this guy in a very long-winded way, telling you about this story of this movie. I'd already seen it before, but it came up, and I know it came up exactly when it needed to come up for me again. But I can see that there's somebody in your life that you feel is worth listening to, and you're taking it on as a new belief, a new truth for you, officially. Because you are officially cutting away that which no longer serves you, and it frees you to be very much like this wise lady. Now you might be that, we may be talking to a feminine here. Okay? Maybe talking to a feminine here, and you may be becoming wise because you cut out. All right? So let's move on. You're going, hallelujah, hell yes, let's move on. Okay, so privileged lady in the near future, please. Yeah, that guy, I mean, just watching him on the movie, I was like, oh, he's just would be so easy to be with, just easy to be with. Just with his ways, his mannerisms, and all that. Ha! There's news incoming, fast incoming news about this Empress. Now, This is the vulnerable one, like this, except she's not going, oh, like she's got it all the way up here. This one is exposing herself. She's showing that she's vulnerable, but in a way that works for her. And I don't mean like sexually working for her. I don't mean that she's like luring men in because she's showing her breast off. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that she's exposing her vulnerability, and she's looking out the window. She's saying, I feel really good about myself. You know, she's got her hand on her chest, just like I do right now. I feel really good about myself, and I'm feminine. You know, I am feminine and I'm wise. This is the Empress of the Gilded Reverie deck to me. Okay, there's no mature woman in this deck, but in the Kipper, that's the Empress to me. Okay, now that we're done that, oh, well, I didn't explain. The privileged lady needs to clarify that. So it's incoming information about this, you know, to or about this Empress here. That's going to be, that's going to make her privileged in some way. It's going to make her privileged in some way. Maybe there's a wealthy man coming her way. Just privileged in some way. I mean, Empress, you're already privileged. Oh my goodness, Empress, you're already privileged. You've got the world by the tail, or the tiger by the tail. You got everything when you're an Empress. And the best thing about it is that when you're an Empress collective or an Emperor, either way, when you're at that high resonancy, you have come to you've come into the wisdom that nothing is needed. You need nothing to be happy and feeling free and on point and in tune and in touch with the divine. You need nothing other than your own inner joy and happiness, knowing that you're so in touch with your divine that you just feel so grateful, so joyful, so fulfilled emotionally. You don't need a man, you don't need a woman, or if you're same sex, whatever, you don't need an actual human being. It's nice, yes. It's like an added perk to your life. If they add to your life, of course. So it could be like it's the icing on your cake, but you're the cake. And the icing is just something sweet that has really no nutrients in it at all. It's just for the effect. It's for the way it makes your cake look nicer, a little nicer, and it makes your cake taste sweeter. That's all. That's your life. That's you. That's it. Like, you come into the realization that when you're an Empress, that you have everything. There's nothing on the outside of you that you already don't have within you. Yeah, and what's in you, what you have within you, is way more valuable than what you could ever find in the world. Way more valuable. Okay? So let's start clarifying, Archangel Michael. That's great. I love this message. I love this message. Archangel Michael and my Holy Spirit, will you please clarify imprisonment for us in the past energy? We have Knight of Wands. Shameless flirt, it says. Nine of Coins. Okay, yeah, makes sense. Judgment. Winter Solstice and the Four of Coins. Always try to remember to pull out. Oh yeah, got to do them all. Pull out another card when one of those comes out. Winter Solstice and the moon and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. Imprisoned by player days, by player ways. Someone was pretending to be single when they were not. Okay, Archangel Michael, number 44, the magnifying glass, please. What is it that the angels want us to see? Want the collective to see? King of Swords. Time to strategize, right? Ace of Wands. There's a waning moon one, and that's where you're gaining the wisdom because you're going from the full moon already, where you have made progress. You're going to take what you've made in progress, and you're going to take that and mull it over for a while, reevaluate your plans as a result of it, and come back up to the new moon. That's why I'm doing this. Yeah. Another card. Hierophant. And the Page of Wands. Okay. Mouse card, please, Archangel Michael. King of Coins. Four of Cups. Dissatisfaction, disappointments. Seven of Coins, looking at the past, realizing what you've been sowing. And then the King of Cups. Interesting. Five of Swords on the back. All right, guys. I don't feel like these two are the same people right here. I don't. There's a King of Swords. Like, we've got three kings right here. Wow. All right, let's see. So what I was seeing up here, I want, because these clarify that, I want to talk about these first. Or should I? So what it was becoming clear upon a second look was that there was something not right, not kosher, okay? Something not kosher about your marriage, okay? There's something not kosher about your marriage. You were notified in one way or another. You found out. You got some insight there. This this Page of Wands is like news, okay? So you gain some kind of news, insight that there was somebody behaving strategically in a very passionate way. Excuse me. Okay. Let's have a look. Excuse me, guys. King of Coins, Four of Cups, Seven of Coins, King of Cups. So many kings. What the devil? Okay. Knight of Wands. I'm going to start here. I'm going to start here. Because the loss here, I mean, this is about loss, right? Rejection. Feeling this is a self-serving, disinterested type of person. They're bored. They're feeling dissatisfied, unmotivated. You rejected something that might have given you an opportunity that you're now seeing you missed. And what you've been looking at in the past is that there's a whole lot of things that you didn't realize in a relationship here. Okay. Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands, that's, you swept somebody off your feet, or they swept you off your feet. They pretended they were single, or you pretended you were single at the time. Judgment came. Oh, it's in reverse. Wow. Okay. So indecisiveness, self-doubt, unwilling to learn karmic lessons, and negative self-talk. Needing to step it up. Yeah, you are, judgment is in reverse in the sense that you aren't actually going to be looking within. You hadn't been looking within in the past. That would make you feeling stuck. Because, you're always looking to the world, somebody else to help, to be your savior, whatever, and it's just not going to come. It's about finding the light within you, and that's what that says. Timing a year or more. It's going to take this person a year or more to really find that light, like within the onion, right? And because they're so materially attached to the world, they're suction cupped to the face of the world, okay? They just have that kind of narrow focus. So that person is either stuck, or you're feeling stuck being with a person like that. But this is the way you were too. I mean, this is double fold here, in the sense that you're with somebody who you're like. You were anyways, okay? But upon closer look, you are looking at, trying to see things how they should be. You're doing it like by the book, where you're a truth seeker. You're truth seeking at this point now in the past. You're starting to look at things for the truth in them. You try to, you turned into detachment mode, because all you could see was there was a whole lot of passion and, selfish energy moving forward. But the excitement is that you're gaining the wisdom through learning your lessons. You hadn't been learning your lessons. This is now about you learning your lessons, because you're looking at things more closely. That the losses you've been enduring has been going on for a long time with you, not just with your spouse or partner. It's been going on a long time with you, and as a result, you met somebody who was going to help you keep being like that. No, it's actually somebody that's going to help you wake up to it, your long-term losses. The reason why you lost what you lost in your life is because you were in that kind of destructive mindset and behaviors. Destructive. Knight of Wands, player active. You're having an extramarital affair outside of your committed or your marriage, right? Relationship. You were pretending you're single when you weren't with people. And you needed to step your game up, because you were not allowing yourself to see what it was that you were doing. It's like yesterday's readings were really, both of the two that I did, both of them were kind of focused on, they were focused on the person wanting to deny their hand in it, their part in why and how they're feeling, the PSYCHTAROLOGY of it, why and how they're feeling what they're feeling and going through what they're going through right now. They've been trying not to have to admit and take responsibility, accountability, that the reason why my partner is behaving like this is because, yeah, I was like that, sure I was, but I'm not anymore. So therefore, this is all her fault. That's what's going on, her or his fault that's going on. And it has nothing to do with, really, it has nothing to do with what I did with other people, or how I was like before I met this one, because I'm like this now. But that's not taking accountability, responsibility, and you need to find, in order to find balance within yourself so that you heal, you have to start saying, I have a hand in this. I do. I have a hand in this. It's not all the other person's fault. It's not all that, okay, I was like that before, but who cares? That was then, this is now. So if someone's still holding on to that, they need to let it go. They need to get over it. They just need to get over it. They need to wipe their slate clean. And if I want to, be part of their life, and if they want me to be part of their life, they're just going to have to get over it. They're just going to have to get over it. Simple as that. That kind of mindset, right? And but you have started, like, that's the whole idea, is that you need to start an inner judgment on yourself, because the karma is that judgment, and that's God, that's the divine, or that's the universe's way, because it's like attract like, right? Just like I talked about the secret, it's the universe's way of bringing it back around to you, so that you can have a look at it very, very closely and say, wait a minute, yeah, okay, yikes, I don't like what I'm seeing. Because it has you involved in it, right? It's like, I don't like what I'm seeing. And I have been like this. I have been the mouse in the attic and the walls of my own life, slowly destroying my happiness. Slowly destroying my happiness, because I had been a player in the day. I had pretended to somebody that I was single when I wasn't. You know, you're coming to, you know, in the past, you're realizing you need to come to terms with that. Because if you want a passionate new pursuit that's divinely offered for you, opportunity, you need to be able to gain that wisdom, which you have, by taking a closer look, a second look around, a second look, yeah, whatever I'm trying to say. Because something is not right in your relationship, your marriage, and you're learning some information that's going to help you see not only how they've been making, this is very tricky for me to say, but how, in order for it to make sense, how your spouse or long-term partner has been making your relationship be on the losing end, I guess, you know, that you're not going to win together, it's going to fail. That your relationship is failing, and it's been going on for a long time because there's things that you didn't know until you knew, and looked at it closer, and which, you know, made you feel imprisoned in a sense, because your life with your partner was not all rainbows and sunshine, because they were not really into the marriage in the same way you were. It could have been more of a marriage of convenience, financial wise, however, or it could have just been they didn't really even love you. They thought they did, but they didn't love you the way you would want to be loved. And everyday interaction with them seemed like it was cold. It was cold and detached. You know, they weren't like that every day, but it's like, okay, if you really, really love me, how could you even be like that towards me? Even one day, unless you've had a really bad day where, you know, you kind of are given that, you know, that forgiveness in the sense that you overlook that day. But that should be few and far between, right? And still be feeling reassured the very next minute or the very next day that yeah, I had a hard day and I'm sorry I was the way I was. You know, they're apologizing to you and trying to make you feel like you are desired, you're wanted, you're worthy to them. They find value in you, like wonderful value in you, like trying to assure you, right, to reassure you that it was just a bad day yesterday. But if they're not doing that, and it seems like it's the up and down of, they feel they're cozy and cuddly one day and just cold and detached the next day, then you know that there's something wrong. And so you've been strategic, taking a closer look at it and finding out things about your marriage. It was built on mice. Your whole house, your life, okay, was built on mice. Not a solid foundation, but mice foundation. The type of mice that it's like slowly going to show the cracks, right? And the cracks are going to get bigger and bigger because the mice keep chewing and chewing. So eventually it's going to come falling down. It's like the tower. It's going to come crashing down because the mice are going to make sure it happens. That's their rule, and that's their role. So whatever you've been feeling like this life being half cold and detached with her or him, to I would say a her now, because all the kings, being cold and detached with him, her, and then the next day she's all warm and cuddly, but it might be like three or 4 days of cold and detachment, and then one day a month, one day every 2 weeks, she's sweet, and you know, you just enjoying your time with her. But it's just too much of a chaotic, you know, up and down with her, that you just been feeling like, I gotta live the rest of my life with this person. You know, I don't want to, but I don't know how to fix this, and I hope I can fix this with her, because I don't want to leave this marriage. I love her and I want to be with her. That could be making you feel like you're imprisoned, and somehow imprisoned, because you don't know what to do, right? You just don't know what to do to help yourself, to help the situation, because it seems like it does get better, but then it goes right back to the way it was. So now that you know more information about it, you are not feeling as imprisoned, because you realize this has been going on for a long time, and it even started with you. Yes, with you. before this relationship, you were already building castles in the sky with mice as your foundation in love. You were already building castles like that with mice in your foundation. In the love department, at least, very least, okay? That's what I'm talking about here. So the King of Coins is somebody that is committed, loyal, and grounded. Very, very grounded. Like they're the ones that really know the 3D, the world, very, very well, how to navigate it to make it work for them. They're hardworking people, okay? But they have been feeling a loss, right? That somebody, whatever this loss is, you're not feeling nearly as imprisoned in the past. So you're feeling like you've missed opportunities due to the situation you're in, having been losing right from the beginning and before the beginning, before the relationship, this relationship, you were already in, like I said, building castles in the sky in your own mind, and maybe in other relationships that failed. And as a result of being with someone who's going to be, it's going to turn sour and fail, the relationship's going to fail, you're going to feel like you missed an opportunity to really to be in love, you know, to be in love with somebody. Yeah. And the 7 of Coins is you're looking at the past, assessing all that stuff, right? Looking at the past and seeing, you know, you're giving it more airtime in your mind, kind of thing. I'm thinking about these things. I'm seeing what we've sown and reaped as a couple, and we've done pretty well, I must say. However, it is only 7 out of 10 coins. You want more. You want to persevere. You want to move towards a 10 of Coins life, which is like ultimate success, right? In every department, well, and particularly finance, abundance, prosperity, and long-term commitments, okay? I can't honestly say that this is you or somebody else in your life that you found out about. I don't feel like it's you, but let's see what Archangel Michael says. Archangel Michael, will you please clarify for me and the collective if the King of Coins and King of Cups is the same individual? Please. Thank you. Strength. 10 of Cups. 9 of Swords. 7 of Swords. There. That's what tells me. This is, you and this person are not the same. This is the one that your partner has been stepping out of your long-term, you know, your marriage with. Leaving you feeling, because you know about them now. Yep. Yeah, lacking confidence, the inadequacy, self-doubt, weakness, low self-esteem, and feeling vulnerable. It's just throwing you into an emotional tailspin with losing sleep at night because of all the mental exhaustion and thoughts. Yeah, this is the one that your partner had been stepping out of your marriage or long-term commitment with. So official person, please. Thank you, Archangel Michael. Thank you so much for clarifying that for us. There's a King of Cups in the mix. Official person in the present day. This is going to be a long read, guys. It's already gone on to like 50 minutes. All right, official person. We have the 10 of Swords. You were officially stabbed in the back. Autumnal equinox. Prepare for change. Timing is a few months. Make long-term plans. Express your gratitude. Have a harvest that's a better harvest. Fall. Yeah. Page of Swords. Oh yeah, pull an extra card. Full moon. Oh my goodness. And then the 3 of Swords. We've got the Empress next. The 3 of Wands. All right, let's pull cards for the scythe, please. Archangel Michael and Holy Spirit. I'm just thinking, guys, trying to receive some insight. Two of Swords. The Lovers. Chariot. And the Seven of Cups. There's your options. Moving towards your other options, right? But there's just one. In the love department, that is. That one, right? So the mature woman, please. Two of Cups. Eight of Cups. Three of Coins. In the World. Wow. Okay. So in summary, the solar equinox, big changes are coming. This one says prepare for changes, and big, because you put an end to this cycle over here, because you've wised up. You have allowed someone to model for you in some way, whatever way that was. We've already explained that. But they have been a window for you to be able to see into your world, and then out from your world to new possibilities. So this is like you were stabbed in the back. You know that. You're stabbed in the back. You know, it was time, because 10 is the end. 10 of Swords is the final chapter for you. You're not taking any more betrayals, okay? No more betrayals here. That's over with, done with for you. You say, I'm not giving her another chance to, excuse me, to deny me my happiness. Well, you're only the one that denies your happiness. But I understand. We all do that. We all look at this level. We're all looking for that it's other people's. That's why I feel this way. It's because it's their fault, you know? That's just what we do. I've been there. It's just what we do at that level. We do until we don't do it, because we've risen above that whole window of projecting blame onto your world, onto other people, right? So 10 is the end. No more of that. Preparing for the changes. You are keeping an eye on somebody. You are communicating, or at least watching somebody from afar that has given you all sorts of great ideas. Great ideas, you know, something that says thirst for knowledge. You're thirsty for knowledge right now. You're wanting to learn about what's going on in your subconscious mind. You want to have a look at it. You want to illuminate your subconscious. That's what it says there. So that you can become emotionally aware and emotionally balanced. An emotionally balanced person does not really get to the point where they either break someone's heart or are feeling brokenhearted. An emotionally balanced person does not feel brokenhearted. And I think of that guy back in the movie, is that when she was just going to go on her way and be mad at him and do whatever, he's like, okay, I'll just go home. Okay, I'll just go home. Yeah, it was sad for him, and he did actually turn around. He went home, but the next day he had a class that he was teaching, and he came back. He started coming back towards her as she was going out towards him to see him and apologize. But it's like, okay, I'll take it on the chin. I'm not happy with how this is working out at this moment, when she was really mad at him. But he did what she asked him to do. He left. And he went back to his life, right? I mean, what else is supposed to do? And he just very calmly let it be the way it needed to be at that time, and then continued on with his life, with going to class the next morning and teaching his students. And then afterwards, looking at his phone, even though he hadn't heard from her, he probably hoped he had. He just made the decision, which was calm. I'm going to go and see if I can make, I just feel like he was like, I just feel I need to go and see if we can resolve, because the intention he had to be of some assistance to her was pure intention. It wasn't trying to steal anything from her husband, The two of them agreed to work together, but they didn't know that. The family didn't know that. So he just wanted to make sure that he was, to at least know that he was there with pure intentions. And if anything came of it, fine, but if not, fine too, right? He just wanted to make sure that she knew it was all pure intention. So Two of Swords, you've been sitting on the fence. You had been, but you're not anymore. You're making a decision because you've gained this wisdom. You gained this wisdom that, and you're seeing how kind of it went wrong. Your life in the love department was going south. Doing a 180 when you made the choice to be with the karmic lover instead of this other lover here that became an empress. Okay, you're seeing that now. You had time, a lot of time to think about it, because I mean, you're feeling stuck right until you weren't, and so you were sitting on the fence until you weren't, and now you've made a decision that which would be in reverse then. You know, you've made a decision. You're feeling like you have the red flag or the green flag to go. Towards your lover, you're going to be choosing this one now, but you've seen how things were going south for you at the time. That's the important part, is that you become aware of your hand in it. That's why we have a hand right here. Your hand is not innocent. That's why you're behind the bars. All right, so Seven of Cups was, you know, you moved possibly recklessly towards her, but you skedaddled away, and then you left her feeling like, when it's in reverse, it says you're blocked by obstacles, you have lack of direction. I mean, your direction was to just do your own thing, and so you were just moving to try and put her behind you because you had a marriage to tend to. All right. And look at this. I mean, Three of Swords. Yeah, you don't break hearts, and well, at least don't try to. Like, your intention is not to be a player, in other words, because you know, when you're a player, chances are you're going to break somebody's heart. Not necessarily every person you come along that you want to have an affair with. They might be in it too, and so no broken hearts, right? And maybe that's what you're hoping for. But you were in love with this one over here, but you left that, and you were in love with this one over here, and you left them too. You were dragged her into a third party with you, and you were dragged into a third party over here with the King of Cups. But you're putting an end to all of that. See how this is for both sides? This is for both. You, the way you behaved towards her before you met this one. All right. You behaved in player days, being single, pretending you're single towards this one before you met this one. And so you know, at the same time, however, there was something that, you know, you haven't been able to put your finger on, or you just feel like, yeah, maybe I am in love with her, right? Maybe I am. But you walked away from her without too much of a mention. Like, yeah, I got to go because I'm married. I'm not single after all. And then, so like, you were in a third party. You dragged her in a third party because you weren't single, but you put an end to it. You ending that chapter of your life the way you were before when you met this one. You were in a dark time of your life when you were doing what you're doing when you met this one. Okay. But this one here, she's doing that to you, King of Cups, right? She's been a player. She's been pretending she's single. Okay, she's not stepping it up, and she's attached. She has like an attachment to being the way she is and needing to have that extra lover kind of thing. And you're attached to it too, but you also, this person here, you couldn't get them off your mind. That's what that card says. They put an end to it all, starting a new chapter in life now. And the solar eclipse says big changes are coming. Timing is about 6 months, so find your inner truth, which is the catalyst for change and transformation, transforming yourself. It's a cosmic trigger that triggers new beginnings. Okay, those are beautiful, 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 and very uplifting, positive cards to round out the rest of this reading, okay? So it is that you have found your part that you played in it. You're becoming wise to that, or have become wise to that, which gives you the strength and the courage and the motivation to cut away all that no longer serves you, so that you can just be moving forward without that past baggage, the karma. Because you've been paying your karmic off now, especially paying your karmic off by becoming aware right now that you had a part to play in your own demise, your own happiness demise. Because if you're getting divorced from this one or leaving this one behind, you thought was going to go the distance with you, you got to start all over again, it seems. You don't necessarily, because you already got somebody on your mind, but you don't know for sure how that's going to go. So, privileged lady, we have the Ace of Coins. Ooh, Seven of Swords. Ooh. 10 of Cups. Ooh. Ooh, and the Queen of Coins. Oh my goodness. Okay. That's kind of, I thought that this one was the one you're committed to, but it still may not be that. Let's find out. I got to talk about the rest of the cards now. Get these guys out of the way. We don't need them anymore. And the news card, number 1, please. The fast incoming news. What is it, Archangel Michael? What do we need to know? There's an Emperor, the Sun, the Hangman. That's good to see. And the Page of Coins. Okay, Empress card, or lady number 2, card 29, please. Thank you. Lady number 2, card 29. Yeah. What do we have? 9 of Cups, 6 of Wands, 8 of Coins, and the Knight of Swords. Okay. All right. So that's coming in. 9 of Cups, emotional fulfillment. 6 of Wands, feeling victorious, and 8 of Coins, working hard to change, to transform the situation, right? And it starts with truth. Now, I look at the Knight of Swords card not as if it's anger. It's in reverse for me. It's not about anger for me, even when it's upright. It's about, moving in. She doesn't look angry. She does not look angry. She's moving in with determination and motivation to come forward with, quickly, with seizing the opportunity to tell the truth, to tell her truth, to speak her truth. That's what I see that card. So, this lady here is a wish fulfillment for you. She makes you feel very happy, victorious. You're removing the mask to be with her. You're not prideful and ego anymore in the near future. You might have, slight tinges of it, but you've got it under control. And that's the ticket. Under control is saying, I see and I feel that right there. That is something from the past. And you're going to say, no, that's not the way I'm behaving now. God, please take this and I'll be done with it. Thank you. So God takes it for you to heal it, right? 8 of Coins, you're working really, really hard on yourself. The news is that you become, you've amped up, you've grown, you're more of, you could still be a husband, but you're more of the higher resonance of the Emperor, which is the 4 kings, all 4 kings. All their great qualities and characteristics rolled up in one, plus as Emperor, you're also a master manifester, and you're highly in tune, in touch with your inner divinity. You've healed or are healing your wounded inner child, and you build empires. The Empress comes up with ideas that are always successful ideas, and you build on those. Okay, you build whatever it takes for the Empress and Emperor to work together. So, very interesting. Ace of Coins with the 7 of Swords, 10 of Cups, and the Queen of Coins, the privileged lady. I think Let's see. There's something. I think that although you collective have had somebody in your life that maybe she thought of herself as being privileged, or you saw her that way, you know, in an affectionate way, right? Privileged lady. A risky endeavor, unstable situation, delays, iron out the details, greed, coins. Queen of Pentacles is a greedy person. They're shallow, they're jealous, they're possessive, manipulative. They tend to themselves. They're greedy with their time and energy and money. Okay, because I mean they're money focused. They're Queen of Coins. They're usually in business or supporting their spouse who is in business. But yeah, I think that the Ace of Coins in here is that you were having to give to a situation here that turned into a manipulative betrayal. A betrayal, there's cheating, lying, somebody was wearing a mask, even you at that time, but there were false pretenses, someone's behaving cowardly and sneaky and trying to get away with things, because it's all about self-interest, which is what this one says. It says tending to self, tending to yourself. That's self-interest, right? So yeah, you had somebody who you thought was, later, you thought was going to bless your life in so many great, abundant financial ways, okay? And you made her privileged because of that. And this was your, you know, you were happily ever after that you wanted with this one, because you thought you would be able to receive. See how this is? Like, it's like the world is giving to you. You're taking from it. All these coins are going to drop into your fingers, into your hands. You thought that the world would open up with the two of you together because you're so close-minded at the time. Close. That you're on the same page about all of that stuff that has to do with getting from the world. Giving only so much, but you know, the investment would be you give a little and the return would be greater. And this is that's the one that you were committed to over here. But the sneaky stuff was here. But you know, as you know, the privileged one became the sneaky one. But the message here is that although this one was that one, okay, with your rising up from all that you're learning from that, and then here, especially what you're learning here, how you have to admit, at least to yourself, if not to somebody else, that you hurt before. You have to come clean. You have to say how your hand was in it too. That, you know, you can't just use your marriage as an excuse and say, well, you know, you should have known better when I met you, because, you know, if we're just going to have some fun and then I go back, I'm married, I can't be with you after all. Like it's her deal, right? Like she's asking something of you that you're like saying, well, of course I can't give it to you because I'm married. But you're come across so you weren't married. But you're using that as a get out of jail free card, yeah, like in Monopoly, as my marriage trumps this every day. And so it should, but you know, there shouldn't have been somebody else even to have to consider breaking someone's heart by pretending you were someone you weren't with them, because you should have just been focused in your marriage, and that's it. But anyways, you know, I know we're human beings, that's what we do. Emperor, so you have been a husband, yes, you may still be a husband, because nothing here is saying that you actually got divorced from this one. You may be in the process of divorcing with this Knight of Swords, and I don't see justice, but I do see judgment. But Justice and the Knight of Swords would have been like a clear indication, at least, even with the Six of Coins. But they're not out here. But you have wised up, okay? You've wised up. Things have been revealed to you so that you could expand your mind, increase yourself. Your light, that onion was coming out, the light from it, because you're learning that you have to let go of those beliefs that you had nothing to do with it, or, you know, just in denial. But you were being hung. You're going to be hung, feeling like you need to get a new perspective and some truth on the situation, which is the Sun. Because if you want to be able to move forward in a brand new beginning of offering a commitment to your Empress here, you've got to be able to gain a new perspective, knowing the truth about your life's happiness, your pursuit of happiness, why it's kind of gone into the toilet instead of being what you'd hoped it was going to be. Okay, so I'm not going to go any further because it's been a long reading, but it just looks like you have news to give to this one here, the Empress, that you're moving fast towards them. And I think that what it's saying over here is that the news is that you're going to, you know, try and make her your long-term partner in your life, that will then elevate her, at least in your mind, as the privileged lady, that she'll be taking that one's place, okay, in your life. All right, guys, so until tomorrow, take care of yourself and Merry Christmas. Okay, bye for now.